Possessor follows an agent named Tasya Vos, played by Andrea Riseborough, who works for a secretive organization that uses brain-implant technology to inhabit other people's bodies, ultimately driving them to commit assassinations for high-paying clients. Brought to us by one of my favorite companies for independent films, Neon, this is written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg, son of legendary horror filmmaker David Cronenberg. And it's clear Brandon channels a lot of the exact same energy as David, as his style feels like a direct continuation of his father's work. This is both a psychological horror film and a body horror film, and Cronenberg does a fantastic job blending the two together. The film specifically centers around Vos inhabiting the body of a man named Colin, played by Christopher Abbott, who's the fiance of one of her targets, and we see the chilling ways in which the two fight for control over his body. But where things also get interesting is how it also adds to the mix Vos's own deteriorating mental state. As her career involves constantly inhabiting other people's bodies for extended periods of time, it causes her to lose sight of who she is. She gets flashes of her time working, and it causes her to not always know how to normally interact with people when she's in her own body. And this all plays a huge part in the film's story. And as we explore Vos's mental state, combined with the fight for control of Colin's body, it leads to some really freaky imagery. The hallucinations and visions experienced throughout this can be absolutely chilling, thanks to some stunning camera work from Cronenberg and cinematographer Karim Hussein, as well as one of the eeriest soundtracks from 2020 thanks to composer Jim Williams. The scenes in which Vos tries to maintain control would be so tense that you'll find yourself constantly on the edge of your seat, and Cronenberg would do an excellent job building up suspense, sometimes through a slow burn method without the film ever coming off like it's boring. It's constantly engaging, and you're always left waiting for that moment when things will pop. And whenever they do come to a head, it's filled with all the gory violence that will remind you of something straight out of David Cronenberg's earlier works, like Scanners or Videodrome. For those who enjoy more action-based horror, there's plenty for you to enjoy here. The film also has a solid cast that, in addition to Riseborough and Abbott, also includes Sean Bean as one of the two major targets, along with Jennifer Jason Leigh as Riseborough's boss. And while the performances aren't exactly what this is going to be remembered for, they all do a solid job here. The only thing I'd say is that most of these characters aren't exactly likable here. Most of the people we follow are meant to be pretty cold-hearted individuals, which, I mean, should be obvious given it's about an agency taking over other people's bodies against their wills to kill even worse people, and they obviously don't have much remorse for what they do. And even with all the visions and hallucinations Riseborough goes through, it's more about her just trying to maintain control of her own mental state when she's not working. I can't really say she's exactly suffering a moral crisis here. I mean, she does want to have a family life, so I guess you can possibly make that argument that she does have a more humane side. It's just considering that she still has no problem actually doing this work, it's questionable if you can call her good exactly. I'd say her husband and child, who she has a strained relationship with, are easily more sympathetic than her. If anything, I'd say she's morally ambiguous rather than easily sympathetic. That aside, it's an incredibly tense film with an overall chilling feel, high-stakes situations, and bizarre imagery. If you're a horror fan, you don't want to miss this. Possessor gets an 8 out of 10. So, let me know, did you see Possessor, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you find it scary? Did you like the story? And what's one of the weirdest horror movies you've seen? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch you next time.